Hey, welcome back to the Nets, your one stop channel for games, predictions, scores, analysis, and transfers. Three games that I would like to talk about today: um, Delhi Capitals and Rajasthan Royals. I felt that Rajasthan Royals had a great start and they let go of an amazing opportunity to probably keep Delhi Capitals down below 150. And on the other hand, I would say that this is what big teams do. Delhi has so far been having the top order doing all the hard work, and then Stoinis and Hetmeyer just come in and throw their bats around. This time around, you saw a different Delhi Capitals. We saw that Delhi, for a change, lost the top three batsmen really fast, and then Stoinis and Hetmeyer, they both uh, showed up. They started throwing their bat around, and uh, one thing led to the other, and I think they ended up with 184 on the board. That being said, I would also say that this reflects really bad on Steve Smith. For instance, I feel that Steve Smith actually lets the opposition drag the game away from him. I do not see how any team would reach 184 unless the mindset of a captain is extremely negative. He could have just used up Jeffra Archer, tried to get a wicket here and there, I think, and that would have helped their cause, keeping them below 150. But that being said, kudos to Delhi, kudos to Stoinis and Hetmeyer. Special mention of Yashasvi Jaiswal. He came back, and I know that he is barely 17, 18, I think, but managing to show his potential. So he showed that he can really hit the balls clean. And one of the things that I find about Rajasthan Royals is, and maybe this is pretty evident, while chasing a big score, I think unless Butler and Sanju Samson fire, Rajasthan Royals are not going to do it. You had that one off game, Tavatia showing up, but I don't see Tavatia doing that on a consistent basis. So whenever you go in, I think the opposition decides that okay, Butler is the main target guy, and once Butler is gone, it's gone. Sanju Samson for me has been a massive, massive, massive disappointment. He is doing what he usually does. There is no controlled aggression. Reminds me a little bit of Afridi trying to come in and throw his bat around from the first ball. So I do not see how he may beat the other keepers that are in the pipeline right now, Rishabh Pant and Ishan Kishan. So if I was to make a pick, I would definitely go with Rishabh Pant just because of his existing alliance with the team. He has scored a century in Australia, so that gives him head start. But Ishan Kishan may not be far behind. Special mention of Ashwin, the only bowler so far who has not been hit for six. So kudos to him, especially after the shoulder injury. He has managed to come back and again come back really well. So something that he should be proud about. And again, a knock on the doors of the selectors saying, "Here I am. I'm not completely gone out and dusted yet." So that was about the first game. The second game was the one KKR versus Kings 11 Punjab. And it seems that the pattern has been changing from the first few games that we have seen. Teams now want to set up a target and they want the other teams to chase, which either tells me that the due factor may not be as significant as it was at the start of the tournament, or the pitch tends to slow down a little bit and spinners come into action. So the good thing was Dinesh Karthik showed up, but again, he's a veteran of the game. I won't talk much about him. Shubman Gill for me is definitely a standout. Started slow, paced his innings, and then accelerated in the end. So definitely a talent that is knocking on the international doors, and I hope he gets the due respect that he deserves. He gets a chance back into the team. And Russell Field again. So I won't talk about Russell. Kings 11, they played as a team. I'm sorry, KKR played as a team, and I think Kings 11 is just being led by a captain who looks out of sorts right now. You seems to think that a team may be able to chase 27 of 18 balls, 23, 27 of 18 balls with 7 wickets in hand. But if you're not managing to do that, there seems like no message goes back into the dressing room. A message that says, okay, we have to pace our innings. Let's say if we are chasing small term targets, that okay, we need 15 of the next 2 overs, 12 of the over after that. They are tending to target bowlers that are basically wicket takers. Narayan, for instance, is a T20 specialist. Variation is the reason why he was held back, and they decided to go after him and lost a wicket. So, something that I feel that Kings 11 is looking out of sorts with, and I do not see how they can recover. One of the things that, and I will talk about it in detail when we are at the halfway section, is the transfers and how Kings 11 could probably benefit by having somebody, an experienced veteran in the middle order, but that is for another episode. CSK and Kohli's Bangalore, Royal Challengers Bangalore. Dhoni and Kohli going head to head. Now, Kohli did what he did. I mean, not even worth saying what he can do or what he cannot do. The numbers speak for itself. The one thing that I can definitely say with CSK is Jadeja is wasted. If you look at Team CSK, besides Faf and Jadeja, there is absolutely no one who is playing all three formats of the game. So if you are bringing Jadeja that deep, when you know what he's capable of, something seems to be off. Either you give him some time up front and let him bat, or you are just wasting him, because the Shane Watsons and Ambati Raidus, they can give you one off game, but you need somebody to bat through. Again, CSK seems to have the same problem that they are taking it way too deep. The asking rate has always been between 15 and 16 in the last 3 or 4 overs, and currently they do not have the firepower to make it happen. Dhoni isn't looking the usual Dhoni. He seems to be lost a little bit, which is hard for me to say that someone like Dhoni has lost, but they are definitely missing right now. So it seems like both these teams, Kings 11 as well as Chennai, they are either playing in first gear or fifth gear, and they are trying to play in the fifth gear and losing their wickets. Because today Chennai scored what, 26 odd runs in the power play, which is unacceptable. So with that being said, Dhoni knows what he's doing. He may be out of sorts right now, but he definitely knows what he's doing. And big games tomorrow, big game tomorrow, I would say. Delhi Capitals and Mumbai. And I won't be too worried if Mumbai loses, because they usually come back harder in the power plays against big teams. So keep my fingers crossed for Mumbai, but if they don't, I won't complain. That's all that I have for today's episode. Again, I would say that if you guys, if you like my channel, please do let uh, people know. Back to the Nets, that's the name of the channel. Ask them to search it, subscribe it, like it. If you don't like it, please leave it in the comments. I'll be more than glad to improve my content. That's all that I have for today. Stay well, stay healthy, and we will talk again shortly. Thank you.